All right, we're here with the man, the myth, legend, Joe Lewis. I remember my days at Ruskin when I was using some of your original softwares on the noise control business, and I
Sure.
had, heard all about you when I was working there. And so we've just been really started to work together between ChopAir and PhaseAlpha. And for anyone that doesn't know what PhaseAlpha is, what is PhaseAlpha?
So we are a custom software company and we build apps. We work primarily in the HVAC industry. So obviously my background, having worked at Ruskin in the industry. So we've developed all kinds of tools and custom apps for our customers, but we started to focus on CPQ, configure, price, quote, so that manufacturers can easily configure their stuff and create submittals and orders and all that kind of fun stuff. We have a tool that is used by the reps called AlphaRep that basically makes it so they can do their job management, their CRM job management, and generate quotes and all their analytics and things like that. And then we have a new Takeoff program that's really a hit here. At this show, it basically looks at the building plans, grabs the schedules, detects things on the plans, and pulls that stuff into a spreadsheet. It basically marries the schedule with the detections on the page so that you have what you need when you go into the pricing system, so you can actually price up product.
That's awesome. So when you were starting PhaseAlpha, what was the first project you worked on that sparked PhaseAlpha?
So the first project I worked on would be our Dragonfly product.
Okay.
And when I worked in manufacturing, I realized that, having worked with a lot of rep companies, small to large, they all were missing, they all needed the same stuff. They needed document management, they needed task management, they needed analytics, all this stuff. Everybody needs this stuff, but it was inaccessible because it was so expensive and hard. You had to have a big IT department. Nobody could do it. And so my reason for starting this company was to make enterprise class apps available to mid to small sized companies. And that's what we've done. And so Dragonfly was the first thing. It's really it kind of works for anybody because you can set it up to do any of your workflows like CRM, field service, accounts payable, any of your workflows or disciplines in your company can use it and manage their stuff, keep all their metadata together, all their documents, tasks, notes, collaborate with people outside the organization, and then you can get analytics off of it. And it also has a mobile app. So you on the go, you've got all your data available in one place.
Yeah, and it's such a overlooked industry. I mean, I've played around with CRM systems, Salesforce, HubSpot, you name it, and it's just like, we have such a unique way of going about business where you got to send the same quotes to so many different people. You go through the submittal process. So really the rep world has you to thank for putting that all together in that Dragonfly, which is still around today. ChopAir's implementing it. It's awesome. This AI tool, I mean, people are paying some extreme salaries for someone to sit behind a computer and to count grills, registers and diffusers, louvers and dampers, exhaust fans. Where are you at with the development of this?
So we are in beta right now, and you're one of our beta companies. So we are focusing right now on equipment, as you mentioned, like GRDs, VAVs, just the typical equipment, and basically just getting that output from the drawings into a spreadsheet. That's kind of where we're at right now, and it's actually working quite well. So we're starting with equipment, and then we're going to be going to ductwork, and then getting into hydronics and electrical and all that kind of stuff. So.
I know we're extremely excited about the ductwork and specifically the spiral ductwork. How about when people say, we don't like this because you're going to eliminate jobs?
That's a great one.
What do you have to say about that?
That's a really great one. So let me just talk about AI just in general, okay? So, AI is a tool, just like anything else. It can't really replace the human-to-human interaction. At the end of the day, your agreement with someone is with that person, not with their AI.
You mean they can't walk around AHR and do their thing here?
Well, in robots, they will be doing that soon. So, but, the thing is, at the end of the day, the agreement's between humans, right? And so we can use AI to help augment what we're doing, right? Speed our work up, improve quality, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, the agreement's between you and me. And so the AI can't replace that. So What we see AI doing is making people's jobs easier, speeding up their work, increasing their quality, that kind of thing. So, will it put people out of work? It will. I would say the more, because it's really good at data.
Yep.
It's good at looking at data and finding information. If someone, that's all they do is find data all day, that's probably a job that's AI could probably eat on, but if you're doing anything, hopefully what will happen is even like a takeoff person, right? Rather than them, getting burnout from doing takeoff all day long, they can do less. If we can get 80 to 100% of that takeoff done for them, then they can just do the quality over the top and make sure it's right. And then make sure that when you you send the quote out, the agreement's between you, right?
Yeah.
But this AI helped you get there, a lot faster. So you can generate a lot more quotes.
So the next thing is that people are, always worried about security of their data. I mean, how are you ensuring that data is not going, all over the place?
Great
with your
question.
customers?
So we use what's called a private LLM. We do not use any of the big names out there because they're all good and they work really well, but we don't trust them. We just don't. And so we use a private LLM, and it's isolated. So we aren't going to sell it. That's not our job. We want the licensing. We want people using the system. We don't want your data. That's not what we're here for. So that's all I got to say. We're not going to sell your data.
How has the rep firm world changed from when you were starting to look at it to what it is now? I mean, talk us about what it used to be and now what it is now.
It's kind of boring, really, but I've been around. I got into the industry in '89. So I was, it was all paper. I mean, very few people even had PCs. There was a PC out there at the time, but nobody had them. And so everything was paper-based. People eventually started getting PCs and started doing things in Excel, And so I was working at a time where, an electronic order, for example, we were actually using modems, to get data across. So, I mean, it's so different, it's not even funny. This industry is also behind in many ways. You may be aware of that. There's still a lot of paper going on out there, which is just crazy. A lot of old-fashioned processes.
Orders. When you place an order, the wrong volt showed up. It's like, I've checked the wrong box. Like, why are we even checking wrong boxes?
That's right. So
transferring data.
I think there's a lot of opportunity for automation and integration and things like that. And that's where we are. That's the space we sit in. We're trying to help people have better nights so they can go home and have less stress, just know that the systems are working, they're stable, and speeding up their work. So,
what do you think about the next 5 years? What does a rep firm look like in 5 years?
Well, there's a lot. I don't work in a rep firm, although I've been around a lot of them, so I can't speak that well for it. But I see them using AI in a lot of different ways. We use it in a lot of ways with our company to just speed their work up. I think in 5 years, if you're not using an AI takeoff, and if you're not using a job management system that puts your quotes out into a standardized format, and you don't have integrations going on, you're going to fall behind.
Okay.
I really believe that. One of our customers, they're using Dragonfly. They only have 4 people in their team, and they put out more work just by using Dragonfly than larger competitors in the area. They are the biggest rep firm in their area. And Dragonfly, and they'll tell you if you call them, it's because of Dragonfly that they are able to do so much more than their competitors. Their competitors using old-fashioned processes, and they've got an edge on them because of it.
I guess my very last question is your team. I mean, the team that you built. I mean, how many years of experience do they have in the industry, and where have they, come from manufacturers or rep firms? What's happened?
So, because I have all these connections in the HVAC industry, I have pulled on a number of people that have come from, one of them came from the same company that I came, actually 2 of them, I should say.
Yeah.
And they alone each have decades of experience in managing project or on the IT side.
Yeah.
So we've got deep experience on that. Another person we recently hired came from another manufacturer, and they've got deep engineering experience. And so, we've got our experience. You won't find a software company that's got kind of depth that we have in this industry.
Yeah.
So,
well, I know that we're loving working with you guys. We are so excited with what you're coming out, and we just look forward to seeing how everything progresses at PhaseAlpha.
Yeah. No, we're excited to work with you guys.
So thank you for your time, Joe,
thank you.
Cheers.